You're watching the 2019 SCAC Fall Media Days. It's day 6, and we're taking a look into the Johnson & Wales University men's soccer program. The Wildcats coming off a 7-9-1 year a season ago, 5-9-1 in their inaugural season in the SCAC. The Wildcats will once again be led by head coach Andy Kohel, along with junior Emad Bashir-Mohammed. Coach Emad, first of all, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us, Russell.
Coach, I'll begin with you. You're now entering your second year as the head coach there of the JWU Wildcats. What did you learn from your first season on the job, live bullets, head coach, heading into year 2 that's going to help you from what you learned from year 1?
Yeah, each year you face new challenges, particularly as a coach, head coach, as far as the way you want to run your sessions, what you're looking for your players, how you want to lead. Each year you kind of self-reflect and say, hey, what things did you do right? What things could you do better? Going into year 2, obviously self-reflecting off last year, certainly, making some adjustments, whether that's, how we run our training sessions, to the amount of time we spend on the field, to the amount of time we spend in the classroom, breaking down film. All that stuff is a constant adjustable on our end as far as, or my end in particular, as far as, what I feel is a good fit for the guys. Gauging their input from our upperclassmen and kind of running with that input and putting it into place.
Emad, for you, I would imagine last year everything seemed really new. New coach, new faces on the team. Coach had brought in a huge group of freshmen. You're going into a new conference. Now, as you head into this second year, do things feel different? Does everything feel a little bit more, organized? And does that give you a little bit more stability to kind of focus and prepare on the soccer aspect of it as you head into a new preseason?
Yes. Just like knowing where you end off and what was needed to be worked on. And I feel like the new guys coming in as well, help improve the program going forward.
Coach, last year, as I mentioned, you brought in a huge group of freshmen, and as I look at those athletes, you had 5 freshmen that made 10 or more starts on your team a season ago. That gives this team, experience heading into this year. What is the next step as a head coach? Obviously, it's great to have experience, but you want to see them continue to develop and take that next step. What are you looking for from that freshman class a season ago to kind of take that next big step here into their sophomore years?
Absolutely. For the guys coming back that, as you mentioned, the freshmen that got quite a bit of experience last year, I think, there was multiple games there where we were starting 5 or 6 freshmen, and again, young squad. But we look for those guys to come back with, the experience of being on the field, learning on the fly, getting game experience. All that stuff is pretty priceless and, stuff that we hope that they can pass on down to the incoming wave of freshman class and can continue to build off that. Depth is crucial in this league and in the college game, and the hope is that each year that we can continue to add depth to our roster, and we feel like we're in a good spot from a depth perspective, and it's only going to benefit us having those guys coming back with experience, game experience in particular.
Emad, despite the unknowns heading into last season, this team had success in its first year of the SCAC, a 5-9-1 record, as I mentioned, in SCAC play. How does that little success last year in the first year in the conference kind of give you guys confidence going into 2019?
So, we just need, everyone to be healthy and, in order to be successful throughout the season, and also having the mindset of winning every game, but, also given the momentum by coach or giving the freshmen the heads up that it's very competitive, that they gotta be willing to get stuck in.
Coach, as you look at this preseason, it's always, in my opinion, so important to kind of establishing the standard to get yourself prepared for the year. Emad mentions kind of that competitive nature that you're putting forward. What are you trying to establish here in this precious time during preseason to get your guys prepared for another year?
Yeah, every year, again, it's, new pieces to the puzzle. You try and figure out, style of play, formation, what makes sense, player personnel. So just kind of gauging that and going off of, what the guys show and reading body language when it makes sense to, hey, maybe scale back on some things versus, guys are feeling good, maybe we go a little bit extra. But so far it's been good. We're bringing in another big freshman class here, so it's a matter of figuring out which guys we feel like can contribute to the group initially. And some guys have shown really well with that incoming freshman group that we have in. But most importantly, having an understanding from the top to bottom that we want to compete, and we want to compete right away. And we have the pieces to do so. So now it's a matter of assembling those pieces and getting everyone to buy in from a team culture concept.
Emad, you're coming off a sophomore campaign in which you posted 3 goals, 2 assists, 8 points. That was second on the team, and earned honorable mention all-conference honors last year. What have you done over the course of the offseason, the course of the summer, as you've trained and got yourself prepared to individually, expand on your game and get ready for your junior season?
So going through my highlights and figuring out what I needed to work on. I worked all summer long, and I'm excited to get this season started.
And finally, Emad, just to wrap things up with you, as you look ahead to this 2019 season and your junior campaign, what are some of the team goals this Wildcats group has, and what will be key in order for you and your teammates to accomplish those?
So our goals we set it up high, of course, having the mindset of winning every game, but at the same time, being able to go to every game and knowing that we have to win and we have to finish top 5 in the conference.
And finally, Coach, I'll end with this. As you look ahead to your second full season there at JWU, what are your expectations with this group? This season is successful if what plays out in your mind?
Yeah, just kind of piggyback off Emad, I think realistically, a top 5 finish for this group would be something that is attainable. Something that we've talked about as a group to. It's a win now mindset. The college game is. It doesn't matter how you win. You can be pretty ugly in between. Getting a result is what matters most, and adaptability is crucial, particularly with us training and playing at altitude. We want to make sure something I ingrained into these guys is that capitalizing on home games, right? We want to make sure that, particularly in this conference, being one of 2 schools that train and play at altitude, we want to take advantage of our home field, and that's something that we feel as a group that if we can do that, we're going to set ourselves up for a successful 2019 campaign.
Johnson Wales University men's soccer program. Again, the Wildcats will be led heading into the season by head coach Andy Kohel, along with junior Emad Bashir-Mohammed. The Wildcats will open up the 2019 season on August 30th when they take on Luther. Coach Emad, thanks so much for your time today, and best of luck as you head into the season.
Thank you, Russell. Appreciate it.